Hello, Angel here. Thank you for coming back if you've been here before, or welcome to my channel if you're new. So today we're doing a thrifted find video. I was at the charity shop a couple of days ago with a friend, and I'm trying to be really good this year and not buy anything, old or new, especially not new, but old. I'm kind of a bit of a sucker for, thrifted finds. And as we were walking towards the entrance, I said to my friend, and I promised myself that I was not going to buy anything. However, I don't have a very strong character, so I actually ended up with a few super duper bits and pieces, and yeah, I thought I'd share them with you. So these are the thrifted finds for my practice, my beginner witch practice. Yeah, so let's jump straight in. Let's do this. Okay, so the first item we're starting with is a beautiful bowl I found. This is in the shape of a heart, obviously, and I believe it's like seasham wood. It's quite heavy. There's no markers on the back, apart from the name of the company that made it, as it were. But it's really beautiful, and I'm totally in. My thought is to do some spell work in this. Have it on my self-love altar, but I haven't decided yet. So this is in the process of being cleansed. So yeah, it was only a few pounds as well, so it wasn't overly expensive. But I just saw it and I was like, oh, I have to have, I want, I'm gonna buy. As I mentioned, no character. That was the first item. The next item was a beautiful, in my humble opinion, bottle, which I found. It's this one. I thought this would be perfect for moon water. Now, you'll see there's a bit of a residue here. And I saw, where did I see that? I saw a really good tip. I think it was like on Facebook or something. And the tip was to use potato peel with water in this kind of bottle with this kind of residue on it, and I believe it's the starch takes away this residue. So I haven't done that yet, but that's my plan, mainly because I don't have any potatoes at home at the moment. So the next time I bake some potatoes, or boil some potatoes, I'm going to be using this skin to clean this bottle. But I thought it was a perfect shape. I love the shape. I think it's beautiful. It's really bulbous. Can I use that word? Bulbous. I love that word. And really rounded. So it totally reminded me of the full moon. And I don't know if you can see these. I'm not sure if you can see these now. These like cut out rounded circles on the glass. Which totally reminded me of the full moon. So I do have two bottles on my moon altar, which I use for the dark moon and even for the new moon, for making water in. But I love the neck of this as well, and I love the stopper. I just love the whole thing, basically. I'm not going to lie. And it was only a few pounds. I was like, I totally need that. I'm going to buy it because I'm naughty, as mentioned. Okay. The next item was from the same charity shop. If you've seen my altered book challenge that I'm doing for 2023, this will kind of make sense. If you haven't, I'm going to try and explain. So I'm doing an altered book project, which is alter some kind of book, secondhand book, journal, old diary, whatever. And it's a project by Claudia K. Vintage here on YouTube, and she releases a prompt every week, and you get the prompt every week on a Wednesday, and then you use that prompt and your artistic license to decorate a page in your book and to alter the book. So I found this book. That was a long story, sorry. I found this book and I fell in love with the illustrations and the pictures in the book. I mean, look at this. This is gorgeous. This is actually a book about potpourri, but I totally bought it thinking that I could do another book, also book project was my plan. Let's just grab or go to some of the pages here. I mean, look at this kind of thing. It's beautiful. And like every few pages, there's like, these kind of flowers and leaves. And I mean, this is totally up my alley. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at this. I mean, I could totally take this out of the book and just frame this page, this picture. It's lovely. So the more I started looking through this book, I obviously initially looked through it quickly at the charity shop. The more I started looking for this book, I was like, oh, because here, and also the book obviously, is like, what's it called? When you're going to make food, what's that called in a book? A cookery book. No, not that. No, that's not what it's called. What's the word I'm looking for? Holy moly. A recipe, that's the word I'm looking for. These are like recipes to make potpourri. And the more I was looking through this book, I was like, oh, maybe I want to, start making some potpourri. But potpourri totally is for me, because I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, obviously. It's totally the kind of thing that my nan would have had like on her table, like her dining room table. And I don't know, have I gotten to the age where I'm suddenly going to be making potpourri? I think that's a bit frightening. But, who knows? Maybe potpourri has become trendier in 2023. Maybe making potpourri is, the new trend. If it's not, I'm going to start the new trend, because I refuse to believe that I'm, old. Can I say that? I don't know. Anyway, the point was that I love the pictures in this book, and I thought it would make a beautiful altered book project. Or otherwise, I'm totally going to use it for the recipes for potpourri. I mean, look at this. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it. I really do enjoy it. Anyway, that was only a few pounds as well. So that was that. I've got another bowl to show you. Bear with. Let me just grab it. So this was my next charity shop find. This is so heavy. I would say it probably weighs about 10 kilos, to be honest. It's like a slab of stone. Let's do this. I should have taken the crystals out earlier. Let's just pop these nya. So this is like made out of like a slab of stone. Sorry about the light. It's the afternoon sun coming in, which is beautiful. I didn't want to close the curtains to block it out. And this is like, yeah, like a cut piece of stone. I saw it when I first walked into the charity shop on the counter, and I grabbed it, and it kind of had my name on it. Well, obviously it didn't, but I kind of had to, I thought I had to buy it because it was so lovely. And I love the patterns in the stone. And it's not painted, it's actually, in the stone. I thought it was gorgeous. So I'm totally thinking of using this. I'm really lucky here to have a balcony. And this summer, or like spring, obviously we're in the spring now, but it's like -7 degrees outside today, so it's not particularly very warm. But when the weather gets a little bit warmer, I really want to do make an outside altar. I was going to say that, maybe like last year, I found this beautiful piece of tree bark that was like in a ditch, which I totally took home with me because, I'm totally like that. I usually pick up stones and goodness knows what on my walks, and bark and bits of tree and, anyway. So I was totally thinking that on my balcony this year, I'm going to use this piece of bark, which is very, very big and very long, to make an outside altar. And this bowl, this stone bowl, totally spoke to me for doing like water spells or like some kind of water offering. I haven't decided yet, but I thought this would be perfect for that. To have outside on my outside altar. And I really want to get into like water magic, because I don't tend to work with that element so much, and I really want to get into that when the weather turns a little bit warmer, so I can be outside on the balcony. That was a long story, but that's my thought behind this. So just for now, my stones are going to sit in it until the weather becomes a wee bit warmer. So yeah, that was only a few pounds, and I absolutely adore it. I think it's beautiful. So let's pop this back, and it's very heavy as well. Then I had a super duper eBay purchase, which I found it just was like by a fluke that I found these. This is some kind of game, like a dice game, and I thought they were perfect for divination. They come in a cute little box, and 9 dice, as you can see. Let's pop that there, and each die has like a picture on it, which, I think the point of the game is, there was no instructions with it, but I think the point of the game is that you make, you throw the dice and make a story of the images that come up. But I was thinking this would be really cool for divination. Now I do use dice sometime for divination, or like for bibliomancy, to open a book and to choose by throwing the dice. I choose a page depending on what the dice show number wise, and then like choose a line in the book by throwing the dice again. So I tend to do that, but I thought this would be really cool to kind of add an extra depth to my tarot readings. Was my plan. So to like to kind of cast them over my tarot cards once I've done a reading. I just thought it was really, really cool. So yeah, they came in yesterday or the day before, so they're still waiting to be cleansed. But aren't they cute? I think they're really cool. I think it's got real potential, I have to say. So that was that. Same again, only a few pounds. There's me not supposed to be, spending any money and being good. I'm not doing very well, am I? Totally not doing very well. I've got two more things to show you. I'm going to take the camera off the stand here because the items are quite big. So I'm going to show you those two, and here comes the first one. Okay, so here's the first item. It's this like little box, as it were, which I kind of bought thinking that I could use it as like a little mini altar. So we've got this beautiful, which I believe is hand-painted design on the top. It reminds me of like an old-fashioned school desk, but obviously much, much smaller. So it's got some beautiful illustrations there, which I believe, as mentioned, are hand-painted. Then it's got like this little key and this little lock. And then once you open it, it's quite dinky inside. Obviously, it was painted in 1996. There we go. And then it's got these kind of two, like, dinky little drawers as well, which I think would be great for, like, possibly spell work or even maybe crystals even. Now, I bought this quite a while ago, and I bought it from eBay. And then inside it's got this, like, you've got this bit, like, small area here, which obviously can have things in, and even this space here as well. So I thought that was really, really beautiful. I totally love this on the front, obviously, or on the top of the box. But I don't really know what to use it for. I kind of had a plan when I first purchased it, and now it's kind of been waiting, waiting in hope of being filled with some, exciting bits and pieces. And now I've kind of, had a bit of a mind blank, and I don't really know what to do with it. So, if you've got any ideas, put your comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you would use this for. As I mentioned, I was totally on using it as a little mini altar, but now I'm not sure. So that's the first one. Let's move to the second one. Okay, so the last item I purchased was this drawer set, which is, I believe, like from IKEA, just quite basic. 2 drawers. It was already painted when I purchased it. So this is going to be used, I think, on my witchy space for tarot decks that are in use on my rotation for that month. So yeah. So there we have it. Those were the most recent thrifted, semi-witchy purchases that I've made. Yeah, what do you think? Let me know about the painted flower. I'm going to call it box or little desk. Let me know what your thoughts are on what I can do with that. Love to hear your thoughts in the comment section if you'd like to. What say you? Do you enjoy thrifted finds? Do you use them in your practice? What was your latest witchy find or latest secondhand find? And what is your most favourite charity shop secondhand pre-loved find? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to wish you a lovely morning, afternoon or evening as usual. Take care, and I hope to see you next time. Toodaloo.